Hello everybody, welcome back to the NY DIY Mechanical Garage. This time we're installing the Electron Motorsport USA C5 fender vents, inner fender well fender vents that actually make the fender wells active. Those side vents, the fender vents active. It's a pretty cool setup, made in the USA. It's very, very neat. I think it's awesome. They're there for a purpose. This isn't like a full-blown race car or street car, but I did it for a few reasons. One, for brake cooling, because it creates a venturi and creates a venturi using the front brake duct to cool the brake. Wind carries through here and extracts the heat coming off the brakes. Okay. And another thing too, I'm not gonna lie, the cool factor. It's pretty badass to have actually, I don't want to say active aero, but you know, something that's there for a purpose that actually works. So you can see that I installed the one side on the driver's side. I did it just to get a feel for it, and you know, I made the very, very common mistake of cutting too much off. I was able to plastic weld a little piece in the bottom to make it look more factory or form fitting, but it came out really good. I'm really happy with it. So I did the driver's side just to get a feel for it, and now I'm starting the passenger side right now. So in the kit, they give you the actual 3D printed fender vent itself, okay, and they give you a cutout instructions, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but once you do it once on one side, the other side's going to come out much better because you're going to learn what not to do. Now I know what angle to cut at. In this specific area here, I know to cut up a little bit more. So the outline they give you, I cut it a little bit more. Actually, I cut out less so I can actually trim it and make it look more factory appearing. You know, because I want it tight. I want a tight fit. I want factory appearance. You know, the best I possibly can. Eventually, I'm gonna either do like a spray bed liner undercoat on the inner fender well here, just to preserve the fiberglass, because eventually you can see fiberglass wears out, the gel coating and so forth. But that's another subject. But now we're gonna start the install of the passenger side. The passenger side is gonna cut and install just like the driver's side, but with a little bit of a caveat. You have to work your way around the PCM and everything else. There was this one guy, oh God, he was a YouTuber. Great, he did a great instructional video on how to install these. I don't want to take his thunder, but he took the PCM out. I'm not going to. I don't have to because it fits in there correctly. But there's a little bit of a wobble with the fender vent going this way, and I'm going to show you a trick on how to fix that. So right now, what we're going to do is we took the lower inner fender well cover out, as you can see, which is right here, okay, which fits up this way, okay. We took all the all the fender screws out, as you can see. There's actually a push pin here. I'm not too fond of that, but it is what it is. It's going back in there. But we take everything out, okay. The actual fender vent itself that you're actually removing from the car, these little blank pieces, you're taking the tabs, the screw tabs, which are these right here, okay, you're going to take them out and you're going to apply them on the actual Electron vent itself. You can see it right here, right? What you do is you flip this tab, you pull this tab up a little bit, and this thing slides right out, which I'll show you right now. So this goes like this. So I got to do this with one hand. So you actually have to pry this little tab up right here. You pry this little tab up, and you actually push the tab with the other hand outward this way, and it slides right out. So it works out perfect there. In the Electron kit also, they give you an extra fender well tab for this piece right here. It goes right over here like so. And it's a Torx. I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. It comes with the kit. It's a Torx. It goes right over here. So what we're going to do is, I just wanted to take a view and see what I'm working with here. Fit the Electron fender vent in there, and go from there. Next, we're going to put the fender well up here, and I'm going to cut the template out, and we're going to draw out the template here. Okay, so just hang tight. All right, everybody. Okay, so we cut out our template that we got in the kit. Now, do yourself a favor, make a copy of it. It's a regular piece of paper with a template, a pattern. do yourself a favor, make a copy for yourself just in case if you make a mistake, because right around here, as you can see, these little tabs, you got to be very careful you don't cut these tabs off, because these tabs play a big role. But you're going to fold them in, and I'm going to show you what you're going to do with them, but they play a big role, so don't cut these suckers off. If you cut it off by accident, that's where you have your copy, just in case. So what we're going to do is we took off our fender well, all right, our inner fender lining right here, right? That goes right up in here, okay. We removed the 7mm head bolts or screws out of there. And now, just like I did on the other side, this top hole right here, you're going to take the screw clip off, or I should say the backing or threaded hole, whatever you want to do. You're going to take it off, okay, and you're going to trim a little bit right around here. As you can see, I trimmed. So light, I'm killing it with the light here. Jesus, see where I trimmed a little bit here? That's going to affect the depth of the actual brake duct sitting in where it's supposed to belong. See, because you need to make sure you get it over as much as you possibly can, so you have to trim this a little bit to get it over, because if not, it's going to hit this little brace piece here in the actual fender end itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the clip back on like so. Put this up here, install it, only using a few holes, and then while we do that, we're actually going to put the template on that top hole right there, as you can see, and line it up with the edge like so. And then we're gonna trace, God, I hate doing this with one hand, while it's up there. Then we're gonna trace around with a marker, but these tabs right here, you're going to fold in one, and then two. Continue tracing your line around this way on this piece. I hope you understand what I'm doing, because it's hard to do with one hand and hold the camera at the same time. So I'm going to mock it up and show you, so just hang tight. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. So you're going to line this piece of paper up using the top hole, right, where it says use top hole right here in the paper. And you're going to hold it up against the edge here. At the same time, you're going to kind of like conform this, all right, and you're going to trace with a marker or a white pen around this way, okay, around the bottom and go up this way. Now, around the bottom area, my recommendation to you is the line is right here, right? I would cut here. I'd rather cut off a little bit up more this way, because you can correct it from here down. If you take off too much material from here down, it's very hard, because I actually had to piece it on the driver's side right here. I don't know if you can see it and notice it, but there's actually a line right there. I had a plastic weld it and actually fill this gap right here. And look right here. See, it's a little hard to judge it. So this is my first one. It came out great, but I want to make it a little bit more form-fitting on the other side. So my recommendation to you is where it is right around here, cut up a little bit. So if it's right here, cut up this way. You can always fit this, fit the fender, and take off what you needed with a bud saw or a razor blade or a pair of shears. So we're going to cut it up now. We're going to trace it. We're going to cut it up, and then we're going to go from there. All right? Hang tight. Okay, now that we got the inner fender well out and traced, I don't know if you can see the line right there, but you can see the line that I traced right down here. All right, I'm going to start higher, and I'm going to cut this way, up this way, and kind of blend it into the vertical line going up, because this line was pretty accurate on the driver's side. Right around here is where it really got finicky, so I'm going to cut a little bit higher. I'd rather cut high and take away little by little to fit it in, but this is how it goes. So there's the top hole right there. Line it up, and this is where these little tabs come in right here. See where the line goes straight? You're going to drill these holes, okay, to go in to these holes right here. See how it fits right here? These right here. So we're going to cut this out. I'm going to fit this up, and then we're going to go. I just want to point something out. So I'm about to install this in the car, because I still have to cut the fender well, all right? The fender liner, I should say. I have to fit this in the fender well. Now, when this is fitted in there, the driver's side, when it was in there, it actually was flopping this way, okay? So what I did was I got a piece of Gorilla Tape, okay, and I put it right over here with a little bit of it overlapping this way. So when I install it, I can tape it. Hopefully you can see it. I can tape it to the inner, to the fender piece right there, as you can see it. Because when it was installed, it was flopping this way. So I just kind of put a film of tape, a piece of tape, a Gorilla Tape actually, right along here, and it actually stopped the brake vent from like flopping this way. Hopefully you understand. I'll show you a picture when I get it installed. So I don't know if you can see up in there, but there, right up in there, there's a piece of tape, a Gorilla Tape up there, to stop it from flopping out this way. I can't get my hand in there, so I was able to put a piece of tape on the actual vent itself, slide it in there, and you get a pry bar in there and kind of like push the tape down. And look at it now. It's kind of like, it's in there, man. It ain't going anywhere. Hopefully you can see it up in there while I'm pointing my finger. It's all the way up in there. So just a piece of advice. You can do it if you want. If not, it's up to you. But okay, so now we have the inner fender vent in there. Okay, just sitting in there. Now this is just here for mock fitting. But see the difference? See right here? See the recess right there in the fender vent? And see the liner right here? It's a little bit above that. I'm happy because, look, now I just got to trim this to fit flush against this, and this section here right up against here. So I'd rather have and not need and need and not have, and try to chase and clean it up. So I'm probably going to take a little piece off here and trim until it's a nice form fit right up against here and make it look like it's factory. So let me trim this up, get this installed, and I'll show you the final product, all right? Okay, so here's the final install. So it's more form fitting. I'll show you the other side quickly, but if you take your time and put it up and like match things up and mock things up and take your time, it actually comes out much better, obviously. So the fender is now functional, as you can see. But I'll show you the driver's side. Driver's side came out good, but not as factory fitting. Like I said, I mean, I have a little bit of a low spot here. A little bit of a low outward spot here. Like I said, right around the lower section, it gets a little wacky. So always cut higher. And right around this area here going up, it gets very accurate, because you can see it's very accurate. Smooth cut. Like, it's very nice form fitting here, but right around here I got a little sloppy. I did do a couple mock-ups here and there, but this is my first one, so I guess you had to learn. And I did watch a couple videos on this too. I'm not going to lie on it. But I just wanted to record it just for my channel. But as you can see with this one, much more form-fitting. A lot nicer. So, yeah, that's it. So, look at that. Now it's functional. It's on there pretty good. Ain't going anywhere. Solid. I'm probably going to like ride line the inner fender wells here, because you can see the fiberglass is starting to protrude to the gel coat and stuff like that. So I gotta take care of this thing. I drive the heck out of this thing. Rain, I don't care. I love driving this car, so it's got a lot of wear and tear in it. So things are gonna start to go. So I gotta do whatever I can do to prevent excessive wear and tear, I should say. But anyway, that completes the install. So any further questions, feel free to email me at nydiy22@gmail.com. I'm having the NYDIY event, NYDIY Invitational at the New York Safety Track soon, so that's why I'm getting the sucker ready. So I'm kind of excited to see this thing perform with the new fuel pump, because it didn't run 150% or 100% last time I ran it, but now we're all set. So I just got to wait on my AC control unit, reassemble the interior, and that's pretty much it. So anyway, hope everyone's being safe. Again, feel free to email me, nydiy22@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at nydiymechanical, one word. That's pretty much it. So please like and subscribe to the channel. Help me out a little bit, all right? Take care, everybody. Be safe.